But anyways, my point is, I had to do some research on this online. I found out that there was actually a Wikipedia page that mentions the elf tree on Lake Harriet, Minnesota. So I was like, holy shit, this is a real thing. So I did more for research, and then I found out that once you wait for the next 3 days, then you get a response back from this elf. So I decided to do that, and when I did so, here's the thing. I thought you might get an email from them, but it doesn't work that way. Apparently, you have to get a response at the damn tree. I was like, are you serious? I had to go all the way back to Minneapolis from Coon Rapids, which is, by the way, it's like 15 miles apart. I had to walk all the way there and just to read a response. And that's all I really had to do. Seriously, I had to go through all that shit just to read a letter? Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I mean, I haven't seen my letter in the last 5 years now. It's been a really, really long time. So, again, I didn't know how it goes. I thought you get an email or something. I mean, it's so stupid as it seems. I put down my address. I told this elf, I'm so skeptical of you, but if you could prove you're real, please let me know, and I want you to show any proof or whatever. So here's my address. So mail it to me. Nope, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't do emails, nor does it send you a mail to you. You get a response at the tree. That's how it works. And I didn't realize this because I remember seeing a little picture where I saw on Google Images where there's a little image of what looked like a little tiny printed letter from the elf. So I thought, so does it do email? So I assumed that's probably the case. But I realized I was wrong until I saw this video last year. So apparently, I made a simple mistake, and I didn't know this until I did further research on it. So anyways, after going through all that, here's the thing. I actually discovered something about like a year ago or so. So I found out there was actually a news, like there was a news footage, like a local one from Minnesota that talks about this legend. Well, actually, there's two different YouTube videos from these news footages that came out some years ago. One was a news topic that talks about a novel written by a local author that discusses about the elf tree in it.
There is a new book for young adults, and it's based on a popular Twin Cities legend.
If you've ever walked around Lake Harriet, perhaps, well, see, the legend,
very
the elf is
excited.
coming to life. Knocking the books all over. You never know when Mr. Little Guy is going to come out. Yep, you've seen that elf tree fit with a tiny door.
I love it.
And kids will leave letters to Mr. Little Guy, the elf who lives inside. I think the book knocked my microphone
Oh
out.
no. All right, we've lost Mr. DeRusha, but local author Tom Sandberg used the legend as an inspiration for his new book, Lillian, A Lost Land of the Littles. And we're so lucky to have Tom with us now to tell us more about the new book. Good morning.
Hi, thanks for
Tom,
having
did you
me.
invite the elf in? I don't know what's going on.
He's around here someplace.
Microphones fall
causing
out.
mischief.
Another one was a news article that discusses about the legend itself, where it was discussing whether this thing was real or not, or how the thing goes. So this legend's been going for like maybe for like about a century now. So, or I don't know how long, but they say it was 60 years. But either way, I discovered this one news footage where I saw like this local news anchor where he was talking to the person behind the legend. So I was like, wait, hold on. So apparently this thing was fake the whole time. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Because when I first heard about the legend, I was kind of skeptical. I mean, sure, I believe in the paranormal. I believe in like elementals and all that kind of shit. But the thing is, why would an elf want to expose itself in public? So I would assume it's like one of those fun little things that kids would do. It's like for example, you throw a coin in the wishing well, or you pretend like the tooth fairy is gonna come and take your teeth and lay money in there. It's kind of like one of those type of legends. So I assumed it was just for fun. But the only thing that baffles me is how could somebody keep this up for so long and waste all their time writing a bunch of letters to a bunch of random people, try to sneak in and try to clip them onto their notes and say what they want to say. Like, how could somebody do this on a daily basis every day? I mean, this person has got to have some kind of no life or whatever. I mean, I'm sorry, I was gonna belch. Oh god, I got 10 seconds left. Sorry, I only got 10% of my battery left. Sorry. You know what? I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna relocate somewhere else because I worked way too damn hard to speak my mind. So I'm just gonna get up right now and go somewhere else. Hang on. Sorry about that. I'm just getting my stuff. Okay, I'm gonna relocate right now. Hold on a second. I need to bring my book, my notepad. God knows what I need because I don't care anymore. I don't care about looking professional. I just want to get this done and over with. You know. Jeez, it's so dark in here. You know, I'm probably gonna edit this shit out anyways. Okay, sorry about that. I had to just go to bed real quick and get an extension cord so I could charge my phone because I didn't want to let it die on me because I worked way too hard for this. But anyways, I don't care where I'm at because I know you can tell I'm in the bathroom, but it doesn't matter. So, anyways, like I was saying before about the elf tree video thing, I don't think this person would need to have a life in order to do this because why would somebody waste all their time writing letters on a daily basis? It's been going on for generations now, which is baffling to me. I mean, that's why I find it so far-fetched to think why would anyone do something like that? I mean, sure, it's fun. I appreciate people's imaginations and all. I mean, I'm an artist. I should know this, but still, why go through so much of that dedication? I mean, you have to try to be sure if you don't get caught or something. I mean, that's got to be some serious hard work to do something like that. I mean, I don't know if it takes one person or a bunch of people involved in this, but I feel like someone knew about this. There's a lot of secrecy involved because now I know for a fact that this legend isn't really true. I know this is all just made up somehow just to keep this type of tradition going on in Minneapolis for a long time now. So, either way, the interviewer was chatting with the person behind the legend or the person carrying on the legend, whichever, and he was asking how can you do all this stuff. And when he was talking to the person behind this, the person who was being interviewed was obviously off camera, so that would mean to me that this person wants to keep his identity anonymous because he doesn't want to be exposed for being fake. So I guess they just want to keep this legend alive and be sure. I'm sorry, I thought I heard something. But anyways, they thought... So I guess they want people to think that this thing is real, I guess. That's why he decides to keep his identity hidden, just to keep this legend alive, I guess. But I never seen anything like it before. I thought, wow, so the anchor knew who the person is, but yet the world doesn't really know who the person is. They didn't mention who the person's name was or anything, but I can tell for a fact that this person is not an elf. I can guarantee you that. And I thought this was like really amusing to see something like this.
No matter where you live, kids know about the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, and the Tooth Fairy, but children in Minnesota have a little friend all their own. NBC's Bob Faw explains.
Once upon a time, by a lake in Minneapolis, there was a tree.
And what's this? Mommy, what's this?
A special, indeed, enchanted tree.
You might have to knock loud.
Ask thousands of children who visited the tree the last 9 years, and they will tell you
Here's his necklace that somebody gave him, and the door, and the windows are all the way up there.
that there is the home of an elf, known here as Mr. Little Guy.
How does he fit in there?
Well, I think he must have stairs.
True, no child has ever seen him, so they can only wonder what he looks like.
Well, I think he's this tall.
Wondering, they have turned this ash tree into a shrine, paddling in to get a look or posing for pictures.
Give me a nice big smile. 1, 2, 3.
And nearly always leaving behind a note for the elf,
I hope you had a great summer. I did.
which, lo and behold, when the children return, the elf has answered.
In cursive, very nice cursive. Very nice cursive. Better than my dad has.
Recently, we sat down to visit with Mr. Little Guy.
I'm taller than my younger brother and shorter than my older brother, which puts me in around 6 inches, which nothing to be ashamed of.
A local resident who wishes to remain anonymous, he does this on his own time, out of his own pocket, and sometimes, he says, it isn't easy.
When they're asking for a reconciliation in their family or asking for an intervention with a disease.
Asking you to make things better.
Asking me to make things better.
And you know you can't.
I can't.
Still, he can end the 1,500 notes he writes every summer with, I believe in you.
I think that we all need to do something to make the world better. And this happens to be something that I can do.
All right, it's only a tree, and elves aren't real, are they?
Do you think he's real?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Mr. Little Guy's real?
Yes, I do.
Once upon a time, forever. For today, Bob Faw, NBC News, Minneapolis.
So, really, in conclusion, my thoughts about the elf tree. Well, I know that plenty of people who were on my elf tree field before it was terminated have made a bunch of comments and saying, like, some people are defending like it's real, others saying it's fake, and others will say other things to disprove the field, saying like, oh, you know what, I'm 12 or whatever, and I should know that's fake, or, oh, well, you know what, I know that you just created that tree, I know the tree is not real, or you'll say stuff like, oh, maybe he just built the door in there, he did that, he planted the bake in there, I bet that old lady knew something about it, even though that's my grandma, like I mentioned in my old description about it, and just shit like that. Oh, and I also got a comment when someone, I think a couple people had said this to me, they said, wow, I guess your brain must be hollow then. I was like, okay, well, you know what? Honestly, I don't care. I absolutely do not give a shit what you think. Like I said, I don't think it's real. I never claimed to be real. Like I said in my own description, I was skeptical despite being into the paranormal because I didn't think it was possible because I thought it was just too good to be true, right? So, I mean, back then that didn't make any sense to me because this was like when I got out of high school. I was still 18 at the time. So, either way, I'm a little more educated now with stuff like this, but the thing is, I guess I didn't know what to expect. Even my grandma was shocked and surprised by the discovery of this location. Even a bunch of people walked by. One guy looked like a veteran from the military or something, and they all walked by wondering what the hell I was doing. And they saw what I was doing, and they thought the whole thing was amusing. And they actually thought that looked really cool, because most people will just walk by and not even see the freaking door on the bottom. Seriously, it's all over the internet. It's on Wikipedia. It's on Google Images. If you just type in like Elf Tree Lake Harriet or Elf Tree MN or Minnesota, I guarantee you will find it on there. And there's a lot of examples like that.